Has the United States government or the military ever used black magic, remote viewing, out-of-body experiences? And does the spirit world exist? Stick around. I'm going to show you some things that are going to blow your mind. First things first, does the United States government ever employ people as psychics or as remote viewers?
Wait a second, that lady has never told anybody about this little 3-foot shadow creature, and she described it exactly the same way as these 5 remote viewers describe it and draw it on this piece of paper.
Or do they ever employ people to delve into the supernatural to discover things?
The occult, witchcraft elements, the supernatural, the prophetic, governments. I mean, it's all there. You got to some of the highest levels within government. What did you see when you got all the way to the top?
Half of my class were witches.
Yes, they do. In just a minute, I'm going to show you one of the creepiest things that the government ever did, and it was during the Vietnam War. And if you are at all freaked out by supernatural things, you may not want to watch this, but we will get to that in just a minute. First, let me lay some groundwork. You may have heard of Project Stargate. Hundreds of psychics have been employed for this particular project. Maybe you've even heard of what's called Project Gateway. I've got the declassified documents right here. Let me show you just a couple of things that were discovered during Project Gateway. How about we start with out-of-body experiences? I'll go into that one in another video. I will show you exactly how they can replicate that right now. How about time travel, both to the past and to the future? And during this process, they literally discovered, I shouldn't say discovered, I should just say ran into what we call the spirit world, which would be under the heading of intervening dimensions. With that out of the way, I want to take you to something you may have never heard of, but it's freaky, and if this type of stuff bothers you, you need to stop watching now. During the Vietnam War, a PSYOP was used by the military called Operation Wandering Soul. You won't believe this. It is the Vietnamese belief that the dead must be buried in their homeland, or their soul will wander aimlessly in pain and suffering. Vietnamese feel that if a person is improperly buried, then their soul wanders constantly. They can sometimes be contacted on the anniversary of their death and near where they died. Vietnamese honor these dead souls on a holiday when they return to the site where they died. The U.S. used this to their advantage and tried to trick the Viet Congs into leaving by playing the audio recording of their dead friends wandering around. I have that recording. Check it out. So this was played over loudspeakers in the jungle and in the battle areas, and it was also broadcast over radio waves. The military actually took over local radio stations, hijacked the airwaves, and then played this. And what is it? Well, first of all, it sounds like really bad haunted house type of sound effects. But these are people speaking the native language and crying and lamenting and screaming about how they wished that they had given up. They wished that they had surrendered because now their souls are wandering the earth forever. What was the result? This PSYOP alone brought thousands of surrenders. People were freaking out. They were turning themselves in, wanting to make sure that they had an opportunity to not die in the battlefield so that their soul wouldn't wander around forever. So does the government use PSYOPs that are supernatural? Absolutely yes. Does the supernatural actually exist? Yes, it does. Just remember, Project Gateway.